Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the Road Magic Music Podcast. My name is Adam Zonnis. I'm your host, and today we've got one of my favorite musicians, the incredible singer and pretty ripping electric guitar player, Kimberley MacGregor.
I'm picturing like the Muppets.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Kimberley, let's just dive right into it. You're a fantastic musician. You've been doing it for a while now. Why don't we talk a little bit about your origins as a musician, what inspired you to go into music, and a little bit about your journey to become the musician you are today?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always been musical. I've always had some kind of outlet for music. I even in the crib, I guess, I was told that I would quite happily just sing to myself for hours in the crib, and and this is when I was a baby, to be clear. I don't sleep in a crib anymore. Um, but yeah, and I don't know. My mom told me that I used to sometimes sing something, and it would be like melodic, and then she'd hear me like giggling and all happy about it. So, I think it's always kind of been what I am in the world is to make music, and I started in the classical world growing up. So I did about 12 years of like voice training, opera, music theory, all that stuff. Played a few different instruments growing up. Again, more in the classical vein of things. And then I got my hands on a guitar when I was about 15 or 16 years old.
Watch out.
Yeah. And kind of just obsessively. Apparently, my parents were concerned about me because I did nothing but play the guitar for like many, many hours straight, and I was playing through bleeding fingers. But I wanted to learn how to play the chords and transition and smoothly enough, because I mean, if you know three chords and can smoothly transition, you can play most songs. So yeah, I was a little obsessed. Luckily, I got that part of my personality completely under control, and I never obsess about music anymore.
Yeah, right. So, how did you go from, playing guitar, learning guitar as a teenager to becoming a touring musician? You were also a banker for a little while or something
I
like
don't like to
that?
talk about that part of my life.
Okay, yeah. We don't need to talk about that, but obviously there must have been something that inspired you to go all into being a musician.
Totally, absolutely. So, I think like I definitely identify as a late bloomer in life. I spent a lot of my 20s in the corporate world, and also just kind of working on myself, and therapy and fun stuff like that, and kind of just trying to become the person I wanted to be. And so I would say, like, I was getting close to 30, and I was hearing rumors about being sort of groomed for a specific position at the bank that I worked at. And I was already in a situation where I was going in like on my date when the bank was closed to get my paperwork done. And I'd bring my dog in with me, and she would like dance for all the people in the ATM lobby while I was getting my paperwork done. I'd hear them all laughing and loving it. But yeah, I kind of I'm sorry, I just got distracted.
Okay.
Okay, I need to like turn my messages off.
Focus on
Okay.
me. Focus on
How?
my face.
Okay. Car. So yeah, I was thinking like, okay, so if I continue on this vein, then my life is going to be like this, but more so, right? And I mean, success is nice, and it's nice to have you know, comfort and security and respect. I mean, respect is nice, I guess. And, but I also was kind of, you know, I was getting close to 30 and I was thinking about what do I want the rest of my life to look like? Do I want more of this? And, you know, because I'm a really happy-go-lucky person, I tend to make my big decisions based on what I would think on my deathbed. You know, I like to frame things with that light, joyful mentality of dying. Um, but I knew that if I didn't take this big position at the bank, that would not be a deathbed regret for me. I wouldn't be like, damn, I really wish I climbed that corporate ladder right to the top.
Yeah.
But if I didn't try to play music, like if I didn't, I always knew that I like needed to write songs to like be happy and satisfied, but I thought I couldn't. I didn't have the confidence. I didn't trust my voice. I was scared to use it. I was scared of people hearing what I really thought or had to say. It was all kind of terrifying for me. So it just got to a point where it was more terrifying for me not to do it than it was to do it. And you know, I kind of made that commitment to myself that I was going to spend the next year making it my priority. And then that year turned into another year, turned into another year. And then I kind of had to shift eventually into like, how do I do this in a sustainable way without like living in constant burnout? But that's a whole other story.
Yeah. I often live the same way. I go by the philosophy of not what do I want to do more, but what am I going to regret less? Right?
Exactly.
In making a choice in life. Yeah. So you're talking about writing songs. That's a large part of what drives you.
Yeah.
We have a couple songs that you're going to be playing, and there's also going to be one video we're going to be watching. But let's talk a little bit about your songwriting process, what drives you to write songs, and then maybe you can perform that new one there that you were showing off to me a little bit before on the couch. I don't know. How does that
That I
sound?
was flaunting.
Yeah, right.
Always flaunting songs. Yeah, I mean, it certainly started out as oh man, honestly, most of the first songs that I wrote were breakup songs because you know, when you lose a partner or confidant, then it's like, who do you share with? Who do you talk to? Especially the deep soul stuff that maybe you don't share with just anybody. And you know, a breakup is a hell of a thing to go through. So I think I needed that outlet, and it was kind of like a self therapy, just way of coping and making sense of. And like, I mean, sometimes I feel like there's like a big storm of feelings inside of me, and I feel swept away and overwhelmed with that. But when I write, I can get it all out onto the page, and then from there, I can kind of pick and sculpt and play around with and make it into something cohesive. Yeah, so I don't know, that's really cool to be able to distill that big storm into something that is a little bit more direct and perhaps eloquent and clear. And then there's the whole using songs to kind of transmute those emotions, because I can write a song, it can come from a tortured place, and then it can completely turn around into something like really powerful that has a totally different energy because I wrote a song about it. Instead of feeling defeated, I can feel kind of empowered. Like the song Trouble was like that. When I wrote it, I was just at the end of my wits, and it came out like song vomit in one piece. And it's one of my favorite songs to perform. But that isn't how it felt when it came out, boy howdy. So that's really exciting and empowering to be able to take things that feel like they work against you in life and make them your bitch. Make them work for you and serve you, right? So
I find that with like emotions, you know, you have to acknowledge them, right? And that by writing a song about an emotion is a real way to like give that emotion acknowledgement, and then you can release it and actually not even just release it, but embrace it and grow from it. And I think, that's why, when you're sad, you like sad songs, and that, you're feeling this kind of sense of empathy with music. It's, it's where the magic comes from, really, in my opinion. So
I always like sad songs, so I don't need to be sad to love sad songs.
Well, I guess I'm just saying you don't have to be sad, but anyway, yeah. Fine. You want to play a song, or should we watch one of your videos?
Well, you know what? I guess since you already were talking about it, I might as well just play the song.
Song. Okay.
Yeah, this one is new. I have not recorded it. And this is actually a song that I wrote. I'm gonna come up here. This is a song that I wrote. It was inspired actually mostly by my dad initially, but then it was also things that I was thinking and feeling about friends, and things I was thinking and reflecting on about myself as well. So, so this is a song. Maybe my biggest challenge ongoing. You'd think I would have figured this out. I wrote a song called Nicer, Gentler many, many, many years ago, but I'm still working on it. So this song is called Hard on Yourself. And it's a reminder to ease up. I know you're tired, how life can bring you to your knees. I know you're wired for connectivity, and even though your goodness permeates, I know that there are times you just need a break, and that's okay. You're not failing anyone. Your work is just begun, and you are the only one who can do it. You are the only one who can go through it. It's gonna pay off even if it feels just like the work it never ends. So just be good to you, my friend. Make sure you take the time to take in all the beauty, 'cause you are so hard on yourself. It's okay to show yourself a little toughness. You don't have to do it by yourself. It's okay to lean a little on someone else. And you are so loved, but you believe for so long in what lies told you. You don't have to do this by yourself. It's okay to let go, let someone console you. Let kindness be the guide that takes you on a tour inside. Compassion be the light to brighten up your stride. There's no better way than through it. We'll be there to help you do it. One day you'll look back and see that you could do most anything, 'cause you are so hard on yourself. It's okay to show yourself a little softness. You don't have to do it by yourself. It's okay to lean a little on someone else, 'cause you are so loved, but you believe for so long in what lies told you. You don't have to do this by yourself. It's okay to let go, let someone console you. Don't fret, 'cause you got all of the power inside of you. Don't fret, there's nothing you can do. Open up your eyes, wish you could see through mine, so you could see you the way that I see you, so that you could see you the way that I see you, so that you could see you the way that I see you. See all the beauty that's in you, the goodness that I do see in you. But you are so hard on yourself. It's okay to show yourself a little softness. You don't have to do it by yourself. It's okay to lean a little on someone else. And you are so loved, but you need me for so long. And what lies told you? You don't have to do this by yourself. It's okay to let go, let somebody hold you. Ooh, 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 Life is so much kinder than what your mind is telling you. And life is so much wiser than what your mind believes. Life is so much kinder than what your mind is telling you. And life is so much wiser than what your mind believes. So just trust and be still. Thanks, pal.
Oh, I love how you put so much soul into your voice. And it's just really nice.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always jealous when I see a girl who plays guitar better than I do.
It's because of the boobs, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm jealous of those
that's
two.
That's really the jealousy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they get in the way and they can still do it.
We got a comment from Psychic Song Andrea Zonnis. She says, "Yay!" during your song. Yeah. So for anyone watching, there are a few people watching. You can leave a comment if you have a question you want to ask. Yeah, so that was really wonderful. So you and I, we first met, I guess it was probably going on almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah, I'd say at least.
At Soul Fest down there in southern Alberta.
Did we just meet then? I feel like we met before then.
Well, you know what? I used to drink a lot before that. And we may have. But
it might have been that. I definitely remember hanging out with you at Soul Fest.
Yeah,
and I remember myself and somebody who will remain unnamed that I was hanging out with at the time, and we were ripping around on the golf cart with Xander, and he was just little wee, like maybe 2.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so cute. The cutest cutie. And he's still the cutest cutie.
Right?
Yeah, so I love that kid.
But then you went back to Edmonton, and I didn't see you for like a few years. And then lo and behold, like 2 years ago, we run into each other and you're moving to Vancouver Island. So let's talk a little bit about the move to Vancouver Island and what motivated it and how that's shaped your music and your career.
Yeah. So, I mean, there is a number of things that motivated the move, and a lot of those things are the same things that motivate everybody to move to Vancouver Island. But I mean, the big reason I'm here is because my dad is here, and I mean, I lost my mom, 8.5 years ago now. And I would come here to the island like pretty frequently. I'd spend at least a couple of months here over the year, hanging out with my dad, and then of course COVID happened, and for like a couple of years I only saw him once, which was not really working for me, and then there's a number of other things that happened during COVID that weren't really working for me. So that all kind of amounted to me coming here, and the big thing is just a really, really big change of pace. So I think I always thought I'd be a city girl. I've always lived in cities, but I honestly don't really miss living in the city. And I don't think I ever thought I'd hear myself say that, but yeah, I never realized like the impact it was having on my nervous system living in the city until I got away from that and felt the difference. So yeah, I mean, Qualicum is a beautiful, peaceful place to land, and I am certainly a nature girl. So it's nice to spend all of my time in the forest now, and instead of pubs with pals. And I mean, obviously, I miss my friends in Edmonton a lot and my community there, but I don't know. It's just a really big change of pace here, and I feel like the big challenge for me here is like learning what it means to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of uncomfortable and foreign, and I don't know. There's this feeling like I have to justify it, but that's also bullshit, and that's. I probably should have asked you, like, is this a PG rated podcast?
Not anymore.
Before, I mean, I guess you knew who you were bringing on.
Yeah, no. Whatever, but whatever. Just keep your clothes on. Yeah.
Well, that costs extra.
I mean, post your link to your OnlyFans.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean, touring's expensive.
terrible.
You got to pay the bills somehow, right?
Oh God. Jeez.
I have
Well,
an
that's
OnlyFans. Nobody watches it though, right? That's the problem.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if I had gotten on that like 20 years ago, but I think I kind of, by the time it was a thing, I feel like I missed the boat.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm sure I could like do something completely different with it. And
Banker
anyway,
door.
I'm clearly something I haven't put enough thought into.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, since COVID ended, you've been pretty busy. You've done lots of. I see you doing. I mean, I've seen you at some festivals. I've seen you touring. You went to Europe on a tour. Why don't you tell us a little bit what that was all about?
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, it was an awkward sort of situation releasing an album during the pandemic, but it was also like, who knows how long this is going to go on, and how long do you put your life on pause before you keep moving forward? And here I had in my opinion, my best album to date. Sounds the most like me. I was able to handpick my team for this one in a way that really served the songs, and there was really almost no means of getting it out there. I tried being creative with it, and my best friend made a bunch of like cool videos for me, but it just is not the same as getting out on tour. And I mean, when you go out on tour, you get publicity for that, which is helpful when releasing an album. Yeah, but none of that was really. I mean, I certainly got a lot of love from Edmonton, which means everything to me. But I'm just gonna turn that off. But yeah, it was kind of like hard to just kind of feel like I released this album into the void. So initially, I had a cross Canada tour planned, and then was planning on going to Europe from there. And the timing did not work out for the Canada tour because of the pandemic. But we cautiously went ahead with the Europe tour, which was supposed to be like a small, like a power trio kind of thing, and ended up being just me. But that was cool. I mean, that was actually kind of a trip going. I played 6 different countries over 5 weeks, and just on my own. Some audiences that didn't speak English at all, and all kinds of places, like everywhere from big cities like Strasbourg and Salzburg and all the other burgs. No, just kidding.
Hamburg.
And like Vienna, and then like to like this little farm in a place called Wacklebruck, Austria, and one of the most beautiful places that I've played was De Lacum Jodl, also in Austria. I played a lot of beautiful places in Austria, and I mean everywhere. It was amazing. So Yeah, and it was really cool because a lot of the shows were quite intimate. Like there was some house shows in the mix, and mixed with venues, radio, like you name it. But the best thing about that is that when you're doing house shows, you really get to connect with your audience, and that's the best thing for me about going to Europe is getting to connect with the people that like I made friends there that are going to be in my heart that I'll be connected to for the rest of my life. And yeah, it was an amazing experience getting to do that, and also pretty funny releasing my album in Europe before I even got to really release it here physically. So that was my first physical album release tour for that album. And then, yeah, since I basically came back and put my notice in
Yeah.
at work and made the decision that I was moving, like I think that tour got me into like mobilization mode. So instead of feeling stuck and scared and kind of frozen, I was mobilized and inspired, and so I just made all the life changes and moved, packed up my little tracker to the gills, and booked it out here to the island. And I mean, like, honestly, like getting to play all over BC has been really great. I've been able to do a lot more getting my music out here than what I've previously been able to do. And particularly northern BC, those are my people. Like, I love it so much. I love
So
it.
great up there.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Like, such incredible bands and incredible communities, some of the sweetest humans.
Festival every weekend.
Oh, so many good
Yeah.
festivals. And
Yeah.
yeah, like I could probably live in Prince George, and it's one of those cities where it's like Edmonton or Winnipeg, like these amazing cities with the absolute best people. And everybody's like, yeah, you're right. It's really cold and crappy here. You shouldn't move here because it's the best kept secret. And
Right. That's
yeah,
why I
in
always tell people on
reality,
Vancouver Island, like the ferries, they're just so terrible. It's not worth it. Like, don't come here. The ferries, they're too
you
awful.
hate
They're expensive. The food's terrible. You don't want to come here. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's not working so well. I think people are.
No.
I think people have gotten wise to your tricks there.
Right. So yeah, I think we got a few minutes left here. You were recently up in Prince George playing the Cold Snap Festival. We have some live footage of that I think
Yeah.
we're going to
So
watch here as an outro. So we're going to get to that in just a minute. But before then, you, like everybody else, I know you have some big summer plans, but nothing's been announced because the festivals aren't announcing yet. So make sure you follow Kimberley on her social media and check out her website. It's obviously Kimberley MacGregor on all platforms, right? That's where you're going to be announcing your stuff. And also a little custodial notes from myself here. You are watching, my name is Adam Zonnis. You're watching Zonnis Music. My wife and I are a duo. We tour as well. That's how we met Kimberley. I would love it if you gave us a subscribe, maybe leave a comment. This is the Road Magic Music Podcast every Monday at 7:30, but it stays up forever. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Kimberley MacGregor, you have anything else you want to say?
well, I was just kind of thinking about how, maybe you could mention, since you were mentioning your music, how maybe there was a little collaborative thing that I might have just been in Victoria to like work on.
So I don't like to self-promote too much on these podcasts about the guests, but we did just have Kimberley in Victoria.
I mean, I was part of it.
You were part of it as a singer. We did a massive collaboration project. It's a one song. We did it in the studio, one shot video. So a single take. We went in, 6 people. We took one of our songs. We got some great vocal arrangements, some awesome instrumentation. We had Oliver Swain. We had Kimberley. We had Aneda, our friend from town, and Adam Farnsworth of High Society fame. And we all just went into the studio. We had a great studio crew, and we nailed it. So that video is currently, the sound is being mixed. It's going to be out on this YouTube channel here, hopefully in a few weeks, I would hope. And then also, we're doing another collaboration with some other artists that aren't Kimberley MacGregor. I'm not going to talk about them in a few weeks, and that's going to be out on our YouTube channel in probably a month or two. So that I'm looking forward to that one as well. So yeah, thank you so much, Kimberley, for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn on your little live video here. It was filmed by Kim Gucci.
Kim Gucci!
Up there in good old Prince
George region.
Yeah.
Yes.
Screen.
Dear friend Kim Gucci, who has lots of cool things on the go right now too. Follow Kim Gucci.
Yeah. So here we are sharing. Cool. And here is
my band.
There you are. Let's watch it.
It seems
Awesome. Gotta love it. See you this summer. Maybe before.
Yeah.
We'll see everybody here. We'll see you all at a Kimberley MacGregor concert sometime soon. Peace and love, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye, friend.